Good morning, lovers. How are you all doing? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh, good day, wherever you're watching me from, and at what time. It's been a while. Hope you've been good. So, what do we have for us today? In today's video, we'll actually be talking about copyright protection. Uh, just a guide for beginners, for beginners like me, myself, and every other person out there who is a new young budding content creator. That's what we'll be talking about this morning. So before we start, the reason why I'm making this video is because I had made a video earlier talking about how I almost got a strike here on this YouTube. Copyright strikes can be very intimidating for new creators because the fear of what's going to happen when you get it, being someone who's just starting, it's huge. And because content creating is not easy, it's not for the weak. So this video will just help us demystify, break down copyright laws, and provide a simple guide to help beginners like us to understand how to protect our works and thereby avoiding legal trouble. We do not want to get in trouble for any reasons due to us creating content. I feel it's a very huge part of content creating because you do not know when you are crossing the line most times. So that's basically what this video today is going to be about. So thank you. Stick around, we'll be right back. And before I go, if you're new here, kindly watch till the end, like, comment, turn on your notification bells, and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Hit it. We'll be right back. Hey there, welcome to my channel where we dive into love, life, and everything in between, all unfiltered. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. So yeah, welcome back. So we'll start with explaining what is copyright, why it matters in our space here called content creating. Someone might just feel, what's my own? Is it not just for me to sit down, create content with whatever I can pick up from the internet? Well, sorry to disappoint. It is much more than that. So copyright is just a legal right that protects original works of authors, different kinds of work, literary, dramatic, musical, and certain other intellectual works. That is majorly what copyright is about. It also gives creators like us the exclusive right to reproduce, distribute, perform, display, and create derivative works based on their creations. That is when you get the right to use those literary works, intellectual works, or whatever it is you want to use. So understanding copyright is crucial for creators, especially those who are sharing their work online. Like those of us that come online now, because before you know it, you might use someone's work, reproduce it and bring it online. That person's work might have copyright on it, and there it is. You start battling with one thing or the other legally, because it can prevent others from using or profiting from their work without permission. That is what copyright is for those who have copyrighted their works. It means this project of mine, this intellectual property of mine, I do not want any other person to profit from it. I do not want any other person to use it, not to talk of profiting from it at all. So that is what copyright is all about. That is it. That is all it is about. And there are different types of copyright works. Like I said earlier, we have the ones for the literary works. We have literary works, like I said. Literary works could include books, articles, poems, blogs, scripts, so many. There are musical works, that's another type of copyrighted works. Musical works could include songs, compositions, and sound recordings, while dramatic works could include plays, musicals, screenplays, and stuff like that. Then visual arts could also be a copyrighted work. Under that, we could have paintings, sculptures, photographs, digital arts, and videos. Then also for audio-visual works, we have films, television shows, and web series. So those are the kinds of works that could be copyrighted by their owners. So how do you protect your copyright? So let's say now you have a work or an intellectual property that you want to make copyright. There are several copyright offices in several countries. So I am resided here in Nigeria, and our own copyright office is the Nigeria Copyright Commission, that is the NCC. NCC is just the government agency responsible for copyright registration in Nigeria. We have a voluntary registration scheme where authors and right owners can notify the commission about their work. This helps verify the work's creation and existence. The NCC also handles renewal of licenses or for optical disc prints. So that is it. If you are a Nigerian and you also want to make your work a copyrighted work, that is the organization you need to go through. And I also think they have an online e-registration system that offers a platform for creators. If you don't want to go through the stress of going to any of their offices and stuff like that, I think they have an online platform for that. So you can just check that out online and see how it goes. So once you have gained copyright for your works, you will need to use copyright notices to clearly indicate that your work is protected, so that someone else who wants to use it will know that this person's work is copyrighted. It's just a logo. There's a logo for it. It's like a C, the letter C, in a round circle. Then now have the brackets encompassing it. I don't know if I'm explaining it right. That's just how the small logo looks like. So whenever you've done that, then in situations where someone else goes ahead to use your copyright work and you notice it and they didn't take permission, because for anybody to use any work that you have copyright on, you need to take permission from it before using it. So in a situation where a person doesn't take permission from you and it comes to your notice, you can request for a takedown on such works of individuals, because they didn't take a notice from you, you didn't authorize them to use your work. So for people like us who do not have works that have copyright yet, but while creating our content, we tend to use some things that do not belong to us. Here is how to avoid copyright infringement. Don't say I did not tell you. So first thing is, you need to always obtain permission from the copyright holder before using or adapting any copyrighted work at all. You must, it is compulsory. 2, be mindful of fair use. Even after you've received permission to use it, you have to be mindful. You do not, let me give you an example. Someone gives you an inch. That, okay, you requested to use this thing, I'm giving you just an inch of it. Then you now decide that, okay, the person has given me permission now, I'll use 10 inches of it. You have to be mindful while you are using those works, even after you've gotten permission to use them. This allows limited use of copyright materials for purposes such as criticisms, commentary, news reports, teaching, and scholarships. You don't just, because the owner of the work might not even intend to use their works for such things. You don't just assume that because this person has given me permission, I can use their works anyhow, any way I feel. I at least I've gotten permission, it's still within my rights. You don't assume. You have to be mindful. Then 3, you have to use royalty-free or public domain resources to avoid copyright issues as a content creator. Reason is because you don't want to have issues with the owner of the copyright of the work that you use that is copyrighted. You do not want to have issues with them. So yes, even after you have received permission to use a copyright work, it can still lead you to trouble if the conditions of the permission is violated. That's just the bottom line of all I'm saying. Even after you've received permission, if you misuse the permission, you can still get in trouble. So for example, if you are permitted to use an image in a specific publication, you use it and you go ahead to use it in another publication, it will be a breach of agreement and could result in legal action. You know, the copyright owner didn't give you permission to use it for like 5 or 10 publications. The person gave you permission for just one, and you now felt, I have permission, I can use it for as many works as I like, for as many publications as I like. You will get into legal troubles. You will get into legal oh my God. And the reason why is because permissions are often very specific. This person giving you the permission would have told you this, and this. You know, they would have outlined exactly how, where, and for what purpose the work can be used for. Going beyond these limitations can lead to problems. That is one. Then, when you breach your contract, like if you have a written or verbal agreement with the copyright holder, any deviation from that agreement could be considered a breach of contract, potentially resulting in legal consequences and whatnot. Another thing is misrepresentation, because even with permission, falsely representing yourself as the copyright owner or omitting proper attribution could still lead to issues. Because some people might just feel like, you know, okay, I have permission, let me just make it look as if this work I'm using is mine. Or they might not even give proper acknowledgement to the owner of the work while using it. It could lead to problems. Another thing is there could be unforeseen circumstances that could arise. You know, while you may have permission to use the work in a specific way, changes in circumstances or the discovery of new copyright issues could still impact your ability to use the work while causing trouble. All in all, be mindful. The bottom line of all this English I've been speaking says is be mindful while using people's copyrighted works. That is, if it is compulsory for you to use it, please just be mindful so that there are no back and forth, you know, and all these legalities attached to it. You know, in law for me, I believe, I'm not a lawyer, but I believe laws goes beyond just these surface things that we see. There are also other hidden phrases, hidden paragraphs, because if you check some law documents, you might see section 2, paragraph A, this, they will put all these small paragraphs in your agreement that might even skip your mind while you are going through whatever agreement you are signing. So please, let's be careful, please. So that's just it. So for we creators like this, especially we the upcomings that are just coming up, that we don't even really know what we are really doing. So some of the things I just feel we can do is we can utilize online resources on whatever platform that we are trying to create on, you know, be it your YouTube platform, your Facebook, your TikTok, whatever platform you are trying to work on. Utilize their resources. All these platforms have copyright tools on them. they have their copyright communities, they have their copyright guidelines that will help you understand and manage your copyright issues better. So you need to go through all their copyright communities and guidelines. This will help you understand better what you are doing or what you need to do. Also, same way, all these platforms at the same time, they have communities. Like I said, you can join some of their creator communities, forums, and you learn from experienced creators on there about copyright best practices. Because like I said, for small creators like myself now that are just coming up, we have people that have been on these platforms for years, 5-10 years, and how would I call them? Would I say they are gurus on these platforms already? Exactly. So once you join all these creators communities on whatever platform you want to create on, you join their forums whenever there are forums going on. You get experience, you ask questions so that you know what is obtainable and what isn't obtainable for you to be better prepared. Also, stay updated on the copyright laws in whatever country you reside in, because I believe each country has their copyright laws and everything. I said my own country's copyright organization is NCC. So whatever country you are, make sure you stay updated on your copyright laws and agreements that is available in your country. So one last tip I would like to give us is, like for me now, ever since I almost got the copyright strike, the one I almost got here on YouTube, ever since, whenever I want to use sounds, especially easy sounds, like all these music sounds, hey God, I beg, whenever I want to use sounds, I just go to my YouTube studio and pick sounds from there and use in peace for my videos. I do not even stress myself anymore, because that's why I said you need to go through your platforms, community guidelines and everything. In YouTube's copyright community guidelines, it is there. They have said it. They have a library, studio library, where they could give you sounds free of charge. Those sounds, all you have to do is just download. You use them in your videos, you don't have copyright problems. They are not dragging you. It's just that they are just sounds like instrumental sounds. Most of them are instrumental sounds. Some instrumental mixed with ocean wave sounds and things like that. And there are so many of them there. And the beauty of it is they put those sounds there in such a way that whatever content you are creating, you will find your own. If you are creating a solemn content, you will find the sound that will go with it. If you are creating a content that has to do with this funky lifestyle or whatever, you will find it there. So whatever content you are creating, you will find it there. So don't say because you want to use trending music, trending whatever, and you go ahead and now put yourself into trouble. No. Another advice I would like to give us, and I said one tip, let me make it two, because you guys are my people, so let me make it two. Another advice I'll give you is, once you have edited your content, you have uploaded them, added all your hashtags and your titles and everything, once you have perfected everything, your end screens, your cards and whatever, I advise that you put that particular content on private first. Because one good thing the YouTube algorithm will do for you is, while that video, that content is private, that no follower of yours, nobody can see it. It's only yourself that has access to that content, that video. YouTube's algorithm will help you go through that video. A video that is private is only yourself and the YouTube algorithm that has access to it. The YouTube algorithm will go through it, and if there's anything wrong with that video, that content, there's a space there, especially if you use a laptop for your desktop version. There's a space where you have the restriction box. By the time it goes through it and doesn't see anything that needs for any reason for the video to be restricted or anything, you will see none there. NONE, to put it there for you. But if for any reason it goes through that content and it sees anything, it will bring your attention to it. Then you need to go into that content, check, because apart from the fact that it will bring your attention to it, it will tell you the reason why that video content will have a restriction. It will tell you what to do. It will tell you if you want to go ahead and post it. It will tell you to take action. So it's basically telling you, I have done my work, I have helped you. This is what I have said. This is what I think you should do. Then it's not do you still want to go ahead and post your content? So it's called using your hand to take care of your own future. So that is one thing that helped me with that strike that I almost got in my other video that I spoke about. I just had to delete that content. I didn't make it go public at all. Because I was like, after you've helped me analyze this video, you're not telling me that do I still want to go ahead and post it? No now. Why? So I just deleted that content and I let it go. So that's the beauty of it. So please, let's be mindful. Let's know what we are doing, and let's just be careful. Let's ask for informations around, and even you can Google things. Use your Google. It's there. Get informations online. So that is that about our topic for today. So if you enjoyed watching this video, kindly like, comment, turn on your notification bell and subscribe. Help your girl grow. Thank you all. So when I see you next time, this is me signing out.